Performances are where all the music happens in Montage, and they're extremely flexible. They can be used for single instruments, they can be used for different types of instruments, they can be used as full-on electronic dance music constructs, and so on. I'm going to go through exactly how to use performances in different ways, how to show performances to people, and how to just enjoy all the cool ways that you can use performances. So, what exactly is a performance? A performance is up to 8 playable parts. These parts are under keyboard control, so I can play them as splits, as layers, or, as you're about to see, single instruments. There's also an additional 8 parts that we have as DAW mix parts that you can also assign when you connect to a computer. And for more information on all of that end of performances, please check out YamahaSynth.com. There's lots of articles and lots of cool videos and lots of great things inside the forums where you can learn a lot more about Montage and how deep performances can go. This video is really going to be about just showing the different types of performances and how to look at them, how to show them, and how to interact with them. So let's check out some of them right now. So in the screen right here, I am looking at a live set I created. It's a user live set that's called Performances. And the first performance I'm going to show is the one that I think really draws people into Montage. Everybody wants to hear what the piano sounds like on most instruments, and Montage has really the greatest piano we've ever had in a product like this. It's extremely dynamic, it's extremely expressive, it's extremely controllable. And how we achieve that is by what we call a multi-part single instrument performance. So first of all, I'm going to pull out of my live set and I'm going to select the Performance Home button to look directly at a single performance instead of a group of 16, so we can kind of look and see what's going on. So I think the first thing I'll do is I'll just play a little bit. So I tried to play pretty dynamically to highlight just how expressive this piano is. So how is that expression happening? How it's happening is that there are 4 parts that are pointed at a single piano. Now to contrast this with something like the Motif XF, the most you could get out of a Motif XF was up to 8 elements, okay? And those elements are what create a single part. Well, imagine if you had more than 8 elements. If you had, say, 18 elements, which is what we have with the CFX. Imagine how much more you could contain inside of that sound, how much more dynamic range you can have. Every note has been meticulously sampled at multiple velocity levels. So the softs are softer, the mid-range is much more present, and the louds are louder. It's just a much more dynamic instrument. So how do I show that? How do I see that inside of Montage? Well, let's take a look at the screen here. You'll see meters as there's activity on each of the different parts of this performance. So only parts 1 and 4 are active right now. So let's go ahead and isolate those parts. Now, I can hit the solo inside of the screen. It is a touch screen, but I can also go over to my touch panel on the right-hand side, and solo a part. So I'm only going to solo the first part here, and I'll play that for a little bit. So that sounds pretty good right now, but what happens if I play a little louder? Okay, remember, we soloed only one part, so the other parts aren't active. And what you realize pretty quickly is that that's the soft and the soft medium kind of layer of the concert grand. It's actually a 6-element part. So as long as I'm playing soft, you'll hear it. But as soon as I go harder velocity, play harder, you don't hear that part. So let's go to the next part, and I'll solo the this second part here. Now if I play soft, I'm not hearing the first part, but as soon as I start playing loud, so we know that that is the medium and hard strike layer of the instrument. So I'm going to take it out of the solo mode, and I'm just going to go to mutes, and I'll mute out the last two parts. So now we have the hard strike and the soft strike layer. So now I'm hearing the whole piano. But what happens if I go high? Oh. So on a grand piano, if you don't know this, from the G, actually A flat on up, there are no dampers. So those are open strings. And that is yet another layer. So if I unmute this, now I get the whole piano. So 3 parts right now, that's 17 elements to create a single piano sound. Remember I said there are 18 elements, so I'm going to talk about that 4th one in a second. So now I have 3 elements active. You have all that dynamic range. That's 17 total elements that are pointing at a single sound, and that is exactly why this instrument is so expressive. There's just so much more wave content happening simultaneously under keyboard control. So remember, this is 4 parts. So what's that last part? Well, I'm going to go ahead and select that part. Now remember, I can select it from the touch screen here, but I can also do it from the touch panel. And I kind of prefer using the touch panel in this because it's easier to see things. Again, that convenient redundancy. It's an awesome thing about the UI. So I'm going to open up all the elements, but I'm going to solo that last one. Then there's no sound. Wait a minute. But listen when I lift my key. It's just a key off. It's interesting. I've played pianos without the key off sample before, and it's great. They can be awesome, but that just little bit of key off, that nuance, is something that I find that I may not be consciously hearing, but I'm feeling it, and I play to it because it's more like the real thing. So now I'm going to take everything back, turn it all on again, and play it. I'm in G minor. How about if I... So in my little piece, the major chord. It's an important thing to realize and to convey is that the reason why Montage is so powerful is because it's doing something that has never really been done in a synthesizer. It's taking multiple parts and breaking the paradigm of a single part, single instrument. It's now actually 4 parts for a single instrument. So that is what we call single instrument multi-part performances.